The Site C Dam is a massive hydroelectric project in Canada, a nation recognized as a major force in the hydropower industry. As the most expensive infrastructure project in the country's history, its cost has nearly doubled since construction began in 2015, now reaching approximately $12 billion. Expected to supply renewable energy to 450,000 households, Site C is also one of the most controversial projects, facing criticism from politicians, journalists, indigenous communities, and environmental activists. However, its potential to contribute to Canada's sustainability goals and economic growth makes it a crucial endeavor. Despite the ongoing debate, the developer remains committed to its completion. But why? In today's video, we'll take an in-depth look at the reasons behind the construction of Canada's most expensive dam and how Site C, functioning much like a giant battery, plays a key role in the country's energy future. The water stored behind the Site C Dam contains potential energy, which transforms into kinetic energy when released, spinning turbines that activate generators to produce electricity. While this process may seem simple, Canada's reliance on hydropower is anything but. The country generates 60% of its electricity from hydropower, making it the third largest producer globally. Site C is just one of 475 hydroelectric power stations in Canada, a country well suited for hydropower due to its abundant water resources, reliable technology, and cost-efficient renewable energy. Though not unique in infrastructure, Site C remains an impressive feat. Once completed, the dam will stretch 1,000 meters across, 500 meters wide, and 60 meters tall, constructed using 16 million cubic meters of earth-fill material, mostly sourced from on-site excavations and transported via a 5-kilometer-long conveyor belt system built to withstand a once-in-1,000-year earthquake. The dam is designed for resilience in a region where such an event is considered overdue. When the remaining infrastructure is completed, the reservoir will take 4 months to fill, flooding 83 kilometers of the Peace River, an area larger than half of Washington, D.C. Once operational, Site C will generate 5,100 gigawatts hour of electricity annually, increasing British Columbia's total energy supply by 8%. The electricity will be renewable, available on demand, and relatively affordable, at least according to the project's developers. So, where's the catch? If Site C can provide such a significant amount of renewable energy, why has it faced so much criticism? To understand this, we need to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. The Peace River has a long history, stretching back to 1872, long before it was ever considered for hydropower. Today, it is home to 3 major dams, all part of a large-scale hydropower project first proposed in the 1950s. The first, the Willis-Bennett Dam, was completed in 1967, creating the massive Williston Reservoir. At the time, it was the largest earth-filled dam ever built, and today Williston remains the 7th largest reservoir in the world by volume. In 1980, a second dam, the Peace Canyon Dam, was constructed further downstream, forming the much smaller Dinosaur Reservoir. Despite its size, this dam plays a crucial role in the region's power generation. By building multiple dams along the same river, the same water can be reused to generate electricity as it flows downstream. As of today, construction of the Site C Dam is nearly complete, and according to BC Hydro, the reservoir is set to begin filling on August 25, with the latest estimates placing the total cost at approximately $12 billion. Site C stands as the most expensive dam ever built in Canada. A portion of the budget increase has been attributed to geotechnical challenges and construction delays caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. However, the true cost of the dam extends far beyond financial figures. The controversy surrounding Site C isn't just about money or even safety concerns. The debate runs deeper, touching on environmental impacts, indigenous land rights, and the long-term implications of large-scale hydroelectric development in Canada. Site C is located on Treaty 8 land, a vast territory established in 1899 that covers an area larger than France. This treaty protects the rights of 39 indigenous First Nations communities to hunt, fish, and trap on their ancestral lands. However, the creation of the Site C reservoir will flood nearly 1,000,000 hectares of this land, violating the constitutional rights of Treaty 8 First Nations. Before reversing his stance, former British Columbia Premier John Horgan publicly supported Treaty 8, aligning with widespread opposition to the project. In 2019, the United Nations even called for a halt to construction until an agreement was reached with the affected First Nations. Despite these calls, construction continued. Eventually, after prolonged disputes, an agreement was reached, but not without significant controversy and lasting tensions. The first and most obvious reason for moving forward with Site C is electricity. Once operational, the dam will generate clean, renewable power for over 100 years, producing enough energy to charge 1.7 million electric vehicles annually. Hydropower is also one of the cleanest energy sources available, with BC Hydro claiming that Site C will generate fewer greenhouse gas emissions per gigawatt hour than most alternatives, including wind and solar. However, it's not just the amount of electricity that makes Site C significant, it's also its reliability. Inside the dam, a mechanism called a head gate regulates water flow, allowing operators to adjust electricity production based on demand. This ability to control output gives hydropower a major advantage over wind and solar, which depend on unpredictable weather conditions. Furthermore, as the third dam in a series on the Peace River, Site C benefits from the efficiency of reusing upstream water. It will generate 35% of the electricity produced by the much larger WAP Bennett Dam, but will require only 5% of the reservoir area. While flooding thousands of hectares of land remains a major environmental concern, this impact would be even greater if Site C were built on a river without existing hydro infrastructure. At the end of the day, electricity has to come from somewhere, and Site C offers a consistent and controlled source of clean energy. The second reason for continuing the project is its economic impact. Despite its high price tag, Site C provides substantial economic benefits to British Columbia. According to BC Hydro, construction will contribute $130 million to the regional GDP and $3,200 million to the province's overall economy. The project has created thousands of jobs, with over 2,700 workers on site as of February. When considering total labor hours, Site C will generate approximately 1,000 employment years. And when factoring in manufacturers and service providers, that number rises to 3,300. These jobs stimulate economic growth and create positive ripple effects throughout the province.